Hello, mate. So I just want to whiz you through this quickly. The numbers might not be spot on because you have to tell me the exact numbers and I can adjust it. But the point of this is with email marketing, I'm going to show you a little thing through here that's going to make your life potentially a lot easier. You can make more sales, more money with your client base and anyone else you bring into it over the next however long. Um, and essentially, what I'd love to do is come in and maybe present to your company and teach all of your reps how to do this as an example. But anyway, let me show it for you because I think you'll grasp it quickly. So if you look at the average lifetime value of a customer, you probably know all these stats anyway, but that's the most important, one of the most important metrics to understand about a business. So if I've said that your average customer, their first purchase from you would be 1,000, it could be 10 times more than that. I don't know your business, but let's just go with these figures for now. So it's £1,000 on the first sale, and then they make 3 sales a year for one of the distributors you work with or shop owners. And then let's say they stay on average for 5 years with you. So that each customer is worth 15 grand when you pick up a new customer. That's the average lifetime value. As an example, again, we can work on those figures when you tell me the exact figures that you've got. And then, so it's safe to say that if you were to spend £100 or even £1,000 to acquire a new customer, that you'd be on average 14 grand in profit on the back end over the next 5 years. So it'd be worth spending that money, right? Okay, so how then? The next question is to increase the average lifetime value of the customer. So two main ways. One is to increase the amount spent in the first sale, and the second way is to increase the frequency of the spend. So the way we do the increase of the first sale is we use an order bump and an OTO, a one-time offer. I'll talk about that in a moment. And then the increase in frequency of the spend is a number of ways, which again, you'll probably know all of this, but just flying through it and then I should tie it all together with what I'm talking about because you don't have email marketing going like you told me yesterday. So one is the personal contact for the frequency of the spend, which you already have and you're great at. Two is making them special offers. I'm sure you do that already as well. And then three is email marketing, which I'm going to talk about. So first thing is the sales. So how to increase the average sale, the cart value of the first sale by adding an order bump and an OTO. So these are digital online stats, so yours will be slightly different, but we can get a ballpark, we can get an idea of what they're worth. So when someone takes the first sale, 20% as a minimum will take the order bump. So if they make a sale of £1,000 and you offer them something related, it has to be congruent, obviously. So it might be, I don't know, underlay as an example. If you can talk with your office and get a deal with something related to what they would usually want, it solves another problem for them when they make the initial purchase of the flooring. You could get 20% of people that you offer that to will take it. All right, and then 3% as a minimum will take the upsell. So I've gone 20% on the order bump. That will give you, let's say the order bump is 100 quid. You'll get an extra 100 quid um, in sales, and then the upsell, the OTO, 7%. I've gone in the middle there, would take it. So you get an extra 300 quid. Let's say the OTO is 300 quid. Again, these figures I'm just pulling them out the air, but you'd have to tell me congruent offers of what they would want and what would work in this kind of stack in this sale process. So point being that you could increase your sale by 400 quid in this example for each potentially for each sale that you make. I hope that makes a bit of sense. We can talk about the details. So the next one is looking at emails. So to increase the frequency of how often they spend with you. One is personal contact, and I know it's a face-to-face business, but you would continue to do what you're doing now, the face-to-face. We're just going to add in another element where you're actually having a point of contact with them more regularly. So you might send them one email or two emails or whatever you think is relevant or would be accepted per week. So you could set up 2 emails per week to go out for the next 12 weeks as an example. And I'll talk about how to do that and how easy that is, especially over time once you've set the emails up. So, and then if we look at the rates here, these are, again, are open rates and goals of emails, but it's all digital and online. So again, I think your open rates would be even better because these stats could be higher for you because of your personal contact with them. And the next part is marketing is generally removing the objections from them buying and replacing them the old beliefs with new beliefs, and you do that. You know how to do all of that anyway from your sales. You're good at it. So you've got the personal contact, you make the special offers. I'm sure you do that already. And then what I'm talking about here is adding in another layer of marketing, which is email marketing. And then closing is highlighting reasons to buy now. So you're just making them some kind of offer and a reason to take action now. So how does email marketing work? You have your initial contact and you build your rapport. You set your email contact up saying, I'm going to send you an email. I'll be in touch. Keep an eye out for it. It's coming from this email. So they know it when they see it. And you set up your next visit. All the stuff you usually do, you're doing right now. So then the first email would be something like you want to solve something for them. So it's the biggest thing that you can help them with. Generally, you might have a thing that most of your customers have a problem with. Might be something. So you'll know what that is, and we can talk about the details of that. And then you begin your origin story. Where did you come from? Doesn't have to be long, really short and sweet one. Where did you come? So they get to know, like, and trust you even more. And you might be able to tell current customers some information about you that they don't know. So they feel like they get to know you a little deeper, and that will help with sales, obviously. And then you end with an open loop. So tell them something that you're going to tell them. This happened to me, and I'll tell you what I did to solve it for this customer in the next email. So they want to open the next email. And then email 2, you want to start a point of high drama related to the open loop that you created in the previous email, and continue your origin story a little bit, have another open loop, and then end with a call to action. So you might try and get them to call you or contact you or push them through to some sort of sales page even. Again, the details would need to be relevant to your target market. And then we'll build an email 3, an email 4, an email 5, and so on. So ending, email marketing, the point being you can increase the average lifetime value of every customer. I think I've highlighted that from the beginning of this little presentation. And the good news is you can automate the whole process. So your email sequence can be set up, and once you add someone to that sequence, it runs in the background without you having to do anything. So you could have a 10 email sequence, you could have 100 email sequence, you could have an email going out every single day for the next 365 days if you wanted to. I'm not saying that would work, but you might feel like emailing your customer base once or twice per week, as an example, would be totally accepted and work really well. Again, we could talk about the details. So what you'll begin to see is the order requests coming in on autopilot as you make offers or get them to take an action. Call me about this. I've got this going on today. Give me a quick call. And we can personalize every email with their name, with their first name, or however you want to personalize it. We can do that as well. So it looks like you're sending it directly to them. You may know about some of this already, but if you don't, it's absolutely breakthrough. So you can look at the stats of your emails, open rates, click-through rates, and determine which offers and which messages are performing well. And then you can alter and edit those emails to get better performance over time. It's way cheap, so it's like 10 quid a month, this whole service, the software, to have the email sequencing. And once you've set it all up, it runs forever. And you can just run customers through the email sequence and keep adding to it. So when you get someone new, you might build this up to a 20 email sequence, and it converts, it brings you in about 100 grand, and when you get someone into that, a new customer, you've got 100 grand in the pipeline. It'll do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So building the like, know, and trust value with your customer without you having to be there. So you're going to do the face-to-face deal. I know it's a face-to-face business, but this is in addition. So you can answer their questions, you can solve their problems in the emails, and they'll want to do more business with you because of that. And basically, the real power is that you stay front of mind for all and every one of your customers without you having to talk to them personally. So you'll be doing the personal as well. This is just in addition. It's worked so powerfully in addition to your personal contact with them. All right, mate. Hope that's short and sweet and explains a little bit about it. Let me know, because I'd love to get this going for you. And it's simple, and I think it can earn you a lot more dough, make your life even easier. All right, mate. Talk to you soon.